Okay, so good evening, all, and welcome back to the session. This is Generative AI Masterclass, and we are going through with the session three. Uh, so, friends, so far we have gone through with the basics and what you can say the introductory sessions onto the generative AI, as we are going to start our learning journey towards a new topic which is booming inside the market. So we must have the understanding about its basics and all, and whatever we will be, whatever the course module we will be going to have, I have provided you the crisp snippet for that particular module, so that we have discussed in our previous sessions, like what are the different tools and technologies what we are going to cover in our course module. So this is perfectly fine, say we are having the understanding about the course module, uh, but where we will be able to utilize this particular skill set, and what are the different tasks that we need to perform. So broadly, if I'm going to categorize the the functions inside the generative AI, there are four categories. Uh, First one is, say, prompt engineering. Prompt engineering, and second one is the RAG. Basically, we have discussed about the RAG. This is nothing but retrieval augmented generation. Retrieval augmented generation. Okay, we have seen this particular stuff as well. Like what is the basic functionality of RAG? Then fine tuning is there, fine tuning and pre-training. Okay, so there are, you can say, four dimensions or four pillars where uh, that we can understand in order to get the understanding of about the generative AI. So if we are looking onto these particular aspects, these are showing the simplification category as well. What is the meaning of simplification category? Say the prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is the very basic, you can say, skill set, and probably if you are searching the jobs onto the internet or Naukri, uh, or onto the different, you can say, job portals, uh, at this moment they have started the hiring of prompt engineers as well. So prompt engineers are nothing but the person who is having the understanding how to ask the questions to the large language model. Okay, I'm repeating it once again. The person who is having the good understanding how to ask the question to the large language model. We know it very well. Large language models are going to provide me the output uh, correctly if I'm asking the correct questions. Correct question, correct answer. Right question, right answer. Wrong question, wrong answer. So this is the philosophy over here. So we need to know how to ask a question. Prompt engineering. Let me mention how to ask the correct question to LLM. Okay. Huh. Probably like I am going to use the word LLM. So can you tell me what is the meaning of LLM? Anybody? LLM is what?
It's a large language model.
Yeah, that is perfect. But what is the
So
meaning of large
and
language model? Mhm.
so it's a kind of it's a model actually. So that we are using, we can use in AI or like generative AI.
Okay. So generative AI like generation of new data,
Yes,
generation
yes.
of new
We,
data, of
Large
new
data
data.
that
set.
is
Correct. Generation of new data. This is the generative AI. But over here, guys, we are talking about multi-models, huh? Multi models. And what is the meaning of multimodal? It might be, say, audio generation model, video generation model. It might be, say, text generation. It might be uh, image generation. We are having different types of models once we are talking about the generative AI, or this is a multi-modal horizon. This is a multimodal philosophy, what I can say. But once we are talking about the large language model, we are mainly discussed about the text generation, new text generation, text data generation. So our course module is focused towards the large language model which are equipped to generate the new text. Uh, and this is what we are requiring for our jobs as well. It is not like, say, we need to generate a new audio, video, okay, or image, but we will be looking for generation of the new text data, and based upon that particular data we will be going to, you can say, boost our revenue, or we will try to solve a particular problem. So that is nothing but the large language model. Now we are talking about the four pillars where like we can utilize the generative AI, and these are nothing but a kind of roles over here inside the generative AI that we need to learn now. So prompt engineering, this is the basic one, and over here the person will be going to learn how to ask the correct question. So in our course module, we will be going through with multiple prompts. We will see like how to write a correct prompt, how to assign the persona to the large language model in order to get the outcome. So we will see those particular examples. We will see how to write down the code for that. So if you, for an example, if you are creating a creating a creating an application in order to generate the code for a particular problem, or python code for a particular problem. Let me mention it over here. For example, generation or generate the code or python code for a simple problem, for a problem, given problem. Okay, so over here, what I need to do, I need to generate the Python code. So I will assign, say, persona, say you are a Python developer. Developer. Okay, so such type of persona will be given as a prompt inside the prompt to the large language model in order to perform the task. Let me try to show you one example. Say, let me ask chat gpt, uh, I am writing the system prompt for generating a python code for a given problem. Write the write that for me. Okay. Okay, I'm looking to create a system prompt, and just have a look. So it will provide the system prompt. So over here it is mentioning you are an expert Python software engineer and competitive programmer. So what it has done, it has given a persona. Are you able to see? It has given a persona over here. What I have mentioned, like you are a Python developer. Over here it is saying, say you are an expert Python software engineer. So what we are specifying over here, we are specifying a persona or say role, and that role will be utilized by the LLM, large language model, to generate the output, to generate the code. Okay, so over here persona related stuff we will be going to see, like how to give a persona inside the system prompt, how to write the correct prompt and all these particular things we will see in we will see throughout our course, and that is nothing but the prompt engineering stuff. And we are having multiple, you can say, openings with respect to the prompt engineer. These are there inside the market. That is the first pillar. And if I'm talking about the the difficulty level, it is saying, say, low difficulty, yeah, or less difficult. Okay, so difficulty level. So less one. Okay. Now this is nothing but the prompt engineering. RAG, that is nothing but retrieval augmented generation. Okay. Or you will be able to see, say, jobs like, say, RAG engineer. RAG engineer. Uh, like the person who is having the knowledge to work onto the rags. So such type of roles are there. And what is rag basically? Over here, say the large language model which we are having are are trained onto the data which is available onto the internet. They're not having the information about organization specific data. So what we are doing inside the rag, we are embedding the organizational data and and mention to the large language model, you need to use this particular data while providing the outcome. Okay, we instruct the large language model to use these particular data which is the organization specific, and then it will be able to provide the answer to the questions which are very specific to a particular organization. So rag is there, and we are having like different roles with respect to the rag engineer as well. And uh, it is being utilized heavily inside the market. So uh, during the interview, like organizations are asking, like, tell me the project over which you have worked, and what is the project that you have completed. Is it a rag, or is it an agentic solution? So such type of questions are there. So we will see like how to design a rag solution for the given documents. And we will see like how to write the prompt and all for the rag solutions, and how to get the information for those particular from those particular documents which are very specific to an organization. So we we will cover this particular aspect. And uh, like the person who will be working on to this particular role, he needs to work needs to work and design the rag solution. So that is there inside the market. And we will be going to discuss onto the rag solution a lot. And if we talked about the difficulty level, it is, say, medium difficulty. Okay, so what is the meaning of difficulty level? So it is very easy to understand, and like say the tech pupils and non-tech people, they will be able to write down the prompt. They will be just they will be going to write the prompts in the natural language, and the LLM will be able to provide the output. It is something like chatting with, say, Chat GPT, Gemini, DeepSeek, and Ola. It is something like asking a question, asking a particular question to a particular chat model. So this is very simple to learn. We just focus on to the refinement of the things like how to write down the correct question. So we will be going through with the different instructions and all during the prompt engineering. And because of that only, like, the difficulty level is very less over here, and because it is very easy to understand, and there is no or technical knowledge, to be very frank. It is more or less your knowledge applied with certain instructions that we are going to write. Say over here I have given an example of, say, persona. Okay, so if you are saying, if you have mentioned that you are a, a you can say 7-star hotel chef who is having the competency in preparing the different cuisines. So if we are asking, like, generate a code for this problem to that particular persona, so the accuracy will not be correct. Okay, we will see these particular aspects, like we will assign different persona and try to ask the question. At that moment the accuracy will not be correct. So there are certain instructions that we need to follow, and we will be able to write down the correct prompt. Okay, and because of that only, the difficulty level is very less over here. Moving further, like we have discussed the RAG as well. RAG is retrieval augmented generation, where we equip the large language model with the organizational data, and then uh, instruct the large language model while providing the outcome on top of the questions asked by the user. You need to utilize these particular documents. We have seen the diagram of RAG as well in our previous session. Probably let me show you RAG architecture diagram. Okay. So just have a look over here. I'm just going through, and let me pick this one. So over here, say, the client, this is nothing but the user. Over here user is asking the question, and then the question is given to the large language model, and large language model is going to utilize this particular database in order to provide the response. Let me go through with very simple one, because this is uh, okay. I just want to show you the simple one. Okay, just let me open this one. Okay, so over here, say this is Chat GPT. User question, and then user question is given. This is nothing but the large language model, and it is using these particular documents in order to provide the answer. So once, like, the question is asked, it is going to search it inside the documents. Don't bother yourself like what is vector db at all at this moment, what is word embedding. No need to worry about those particular aspects. Just try to focus on to the functionality, and functionality is saying what user is asking the question. It is like given to the large language model. Say over here, this is the large language model, like, say, brain is there. Okay, so this brain is going to utilize these particular documents in order to provide this particular answer. So this is the simple rag, and we will be going to design the rag and all in order to answer the questions from those particular documents. And once we are talking about the difficulty level, it is having the medium difficulty, because we are going to write down the code over here. We need to read the documents, we need to store these documents somewhere, we need to search from those particular documents, and we will see like how to optimize the retrieval or how to fetch the correct answer from the documents. Those particular things we will be going to learn inside our RAG module, and difficulty level is medium over here. Okay, so that is the second, you can say, second type of jobs inside the market uh, from the generative AI domain. Third one is the fine tuning. Fine tuning is something, say, uh, what is being happening. Say if we are having, say, data from internet, uh, Wikipedia files, and any other source. So what we will do on top of this particular data, we will go through with, say, pre-training phase. Pre-training phase, and pre-training is giving us the foundation model, model or base model. Okay, this is given by pre-training. Okay, so pre-training is a compute heavy process, compute heavy process. We are talking about the pre-training at this moment. This is compute heavy process, and a lot of, you can say, GPUs clusters are utilized in order to process this huge amount of data, do the pre-training in order to get the foundation model, or base model basically. So this particular foundation model is having less accuracy. It is not like, say, it will be able to provide the correct answer on top of your questions. So foundation model, you can take it in this particular way, like we can mimic the large language model to a human life cycle. So once a baby is born, it is not having intelligence. So what we will do, we will instruct baby, try to focus over here, guys. We will instruct baby like, you need to do this particular thing, this is not good, this is bad. Okay, uh, you need to do the sum in this particular way, you need to do the subtractions in this particular way, and over the period of time the baby will be mature, and it will be able to take the decision, and then it will be able to provide, or it will be able to solve a particular problem. In the same fashion, what we are having inside the large language model, if we talk about the large language model, the pre-training is going to provide the base model. It is not uh, much accurate. It is, uh, it will not be able to answer the questions correctly, its accuracy is low. So what we guys to do, we do the pre-train, we go through with the fine tuning phase, okay, we take the base model and proceed with the fine tuning phase. So fine tuning is nothing but optimizing the performance of a particular large language model or foundation model, optimizing the performance of a foundation model. So over here we will instruct, it will be like this, say, uh, we will provide question and answer to the large language model, say, agent, agent, or what I can say user and assistant, user and then assistant, not the agent. Agent will come, we can say agent, but it will mislead you. Okay, so user will ask, say, uh, what is your name? And it will provide the answer as well. Okay, so say my name is, say, Ashok. Then user asks, what is GenAI? Okay, so the assistant will say GenAI stands for generative AI, where we generate new data. Okay, this is perfect. Now another question, say, what is big data? Okay, so assistant will say big data is the combination of huge amount of data in terms of volume, velocity, variety, variety. Okay, I'm just saying, I'm going through with certain examples. Okay, so over here we will provide thousands of question and answer. So what we do, we provide thousands of thousands of question and answers to LLM in order to learn. Okay, uh, in the same fashion, like I quote an example of a child where we are instructing the child, this is good, this is bad. Okay, you need to do the sum in this particular way. So this is the, you can say, almost the same stuff. We are providing the question, the correct answer as well. And then the LLM, large language model, will be able to understand like how it needs to frame the answer for a specific question. So if you are going to teach these particular things to a particular child as well, it will be able to understand. So say if the question is asked, this is the way how it need to answer. Okay, so in the same fashion, like we are going to provide the question and answers to the large language model, and then it is able to learn from those particular question and answer, or say this is nothing but the labeled information. Okay, labeled information. So GenAI stands for this. Okay, this is called labeled data. Okay, so what is the meaning of that? We are providing certain instructions, non instructions, by which the LLM will be able to understand like how it need to provide the answer to a specific question. Now there might be a question in your mind like, do I need to perform this particular stuff? Yeah, it might be, because there are different organizations which are specifically working into the fine tuning domain. Okay, they used to take the base model or foundation model, and then they do the pre-training, sorry, fine tuning in this particular way, in order to provide the in order to train the large language model. So s- organizations are working in order to have the generation of, or in order to do the fine tuning on top of the data. Okay, and if we can say the the difficulty level, it is high over here. High, why high? Because we need to to, you can say, do the fine tuning over here, we need to fine tuning. We will be having the detailed discussion or detailed sessions onto the fine tuning, where we will be, you can say, picking. We are going to fine tune a large language model. Okay, and we will uh, do the fine tuning with respect to uh, the parameters, like it might be the full fine tuning or parameter efficient fine tuning. Uh, and difficulty level is high over here, because it is compute heavy as well. Compute heavy task, and it can take the duration, say, uh, fine tuning can take weeks to month of time. Weeks to month of time. Okay. So because of that, it is, you can say, categorized under the high difficulty level, because we need to write down the code, we need to to optimize the output as well, and it is compute heavy process. We need to work onto the GPUs and all. And if we talk about the organization, almost say 2 to 3% organizations are working onto the fine tuning phase, because it requires huge amount of processing. I will show you, like, say, how to do the fine tuning, but our major role will be towards prompt engineering and RAG, and we will be talking about the agents and all. That is, you can say, somehow advanced piece from the RAG side. But like, it is not like, say, you will be working or organization will hire you for the fine tuning, because like list number of organizations in the world are working onto the fine tuning piece. Although we will be able to do the fine tuning post going through with the learning journey. Post going through with the this particular course module, you will be able to see like how to do the fine tuning. So that is the toughest, you can say, difficulty level, because it requires the GPUs and all. That is, you can say, too much costly. And over here we will be just trying to mimic that particular piece from the prompt engineering and RAG. That will not be a concern, because we will be going to design the solution based upon the configurations what we are having in our machines. But exact or real fine tuning requires the GPUs and all, which is, you can say, concern over here. But we will be going to do it on our machine. We will be picking one large language model from the huggingface.co website. We will download that particular large language model and do the fine tuning on top of that. Uh, and it will be like, say, we will take some input, we will do the inference on top of that particular data, take the outcome. We will see the outcome is not correct, and then what we will do, we will proceed for the fine tuning. And post fine tuning, we will pass the same data. Let me write it down, probably you will not be able to capture. So I was talking about fine tuning. So say, fine tuning is of, say, two types: full fine tuning and parameter efficient fine tuning. PEFT, parameter efficient fine tuning. Okay, so what we will do over here, say, download LLM, apply fine tuning, sorry, download model, then inference and capture output. Okay, then what we will do, apply fine tuning, Then again inference will be done, and again we will capture the output, and then we will match this particular output. We will compare the outcome before fine tuning model and after fine tuning model. So we will be able to see the output which was captured before fine tuning was less accurate, and the output which is captured after the fine tuning, it is more accurate, so these particular things we will see while going through with the fine tuning phase. But uh, this is, you can say, compute heavy task, and least number of organization in the world are going to do to perform this particular stuff. And it requires like weeks to months of the time in order to do the fine tuning. For our case it will be done in minutes, because we will be utilizing the model which is having the less parameter size. Probably like parameter size and all, it might be possible you are not able to go get these particular things uh, 100%. Okay, but no need to worry. If you are able to understand 60 to 70% of the content, that will be fine, because we just started our journey. And as you go with our course module, you will be able to understand all of those particular things, so if you are hearing a particular word and you are not able to get the understanding, you can ask that particular piece. If you are not asking, try to write it somewhere, and you can say share it with me, or then in upcoming session you will be able to get the information about that, so that is there with respect to the fine tuning. And it is like a little bit difficult task, difficult in terms of the compute heavy process, and we need to have the understanding about the domain specific data and all, those particular things are there. We will see once we will be going through with that, the last one, this is pre-training. Pre-training is, you can say, uh, it is, you can say, most difficulty level is very high over here. We talk about the difficulty level, very high. Okay, and guys, by mentioning the difficulty level, it is not like say I'm going to demotivate you. It is with respect to the requirement as well. Okay, so I'm just trying to set up a context over here, that these particular things what you are going to learn, say difficulty level less and medium, because the most of the world is having focus onto these particular things, say prompt engineering and rag, and almost say 95 to 97% organization in the world are looking for these particular components, okay, and I'm just trying to set up a context over here. This is very, you can say, simple, and difficulty level is medium over here. You will be able to learn. There will not be any challenge, whatever is not required, uh, which this is not so much important as well from the organizations ask specification, specifically from the organization side. This is not required, this is, it might be the case like the interviewer can ask one or two questions from this particular piece, but uh, this is somewhere the research kind of stuff, like the organizations which are dealing inside the research and all, research and innovation, they are going to see the person or search the person and they want to have this particular specialty in the candidate, but those organizations are uh, 1 to 3% only in the world, okay, which are looking these particular capabilities, although like I will give you an idea like how the pre-training is being happening. Say if you are going to design a large language model from the scratch, I will provide that particular information. There will not be if and but these things are not mandatory, okay, these are not utilized inside the market. The research organization, research and innovation organization kind of organizations are looking these particular uh, capabilities inside the candidate, and that's why like I have mentioned, like whatever is not required, that is having say difficulty level high or very high, and whatever is required inside the market, that will be very easy to learn for all of you. Okay, so I just want to set up a context. Say the course module will be very, you can say, easy to medium difficulty level. You will be able to grab these particular things, okay, so I'm taking a pause over here, then I will explain what is pre-training. But if you guys are having any questions so far, you can ask.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes, please go
Sir, I have a query regarding prompt engineering.
ahead.
So you are saying that we have to like assign a role to the LLM model, na? Like
Mhm,
you are a chef or you are a Python developer. So,
mhm.
like my query is what happened to that? Like to with the like if we don't provide a correct role or if we don't provide a role, if we don't use that sentence in the beginning of prompt, then what will happen?
Okay, so uh, from the end user perspective, so if you are the end user, you are thinking from the end user perspective at this moment. Say s- I have opened the chat GPT and just I can ask any question over there. I'm not specifying the role over there, in order to
Hmm.
get the answer.
Right, right.
Correct, correct. So at this moment, guys, try to leave your end user uh, uh, piece from your side. Okay, you are the developer at this moment. Try to think that you are a person who is going to write down or who is going to design a solution, who is going to create a solution for the end users. Okay,
Okay.
okay, so if someone is asking, say you have designed a solution to generate the Python code. So what you do, you will write a code for that particular problem, and you will mention, say the user can ask these particular things, and you need to act like that. Okay, so you are instructing the large language model system. Message is nothing but the instruction that you the developer is giving to the large language model. It is not the person and user who is instructing the large language model. He's just asking a question. So how to infer that particular question so that LLM will be able to provide the uh, correct answer to that particular question, that you need to decide. Okay, so try to leave your end user buddy, okay, and try to think from the developer's perspective. Okay, you need to instruct the large language model in such a way that it will be able to answer the end user queries properly. So I have quoted an example. Say if you have given the instruction to the large language model, uh, you can take it in this particular way.
Mhm.
Say this is the end user, and this is the LLM. Okay, and over here, uh, you are sitting. Say developer is there, and it has written certain instructions. Okay, so this developer has written certain instructions. So end user will ask the question to the large language model. Large language model will use these particular instructions in order to provide the output. Okay, so at this moment you are thinking from the end user perspective. I'm not assigning a role and persona in my query. I just came and came to a particular chatbot and ask a question, and I will be able to get the outcome. But where the persona related stuffs are there, where is the persona related stuff, where these particular things are mentioned, are you able to get the answer? Is it, Vipin? Did you get the answer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me try to uh, let me try to ask a question uh, to the chat GPT only. Uh, right. Create a rag pipeline using system message and prompts to to generate the Python code for user's query. Share complete code. Okay, I'm just writing in this particular way. So it is going to write down the code for me. Okay, and it is going to say utilize this particular model. Okay, large language model, and just have a look over here. System prompt. It is the developer, it is you who is going to provide these particular instruction now. You are an expert Python software engineer. Your task is to generate correct and efficient, clean and executable python 3 code, a python 3 code for the given problem. Follow the instructions strictly. So you are going to create these particular instructions. Okay, you are going to specify these particular instructions. So this is the code and all, and then user will be going to ask the question. We will be able to see like how you will be able to generate this particular code, and like how to generate write this particular code, and these particular prompts. So user query, given an array of integers and target value, return indices of two numbers such that they add up to the target. This is the query. So this particular code will be able to generate the Python code for this particular query. Okay, so this is designed by you only. And try to think from the developer's perspective, like you are going to design a solution. You're going to create a solution for the end user. Leave your end user role over here. This is an ask, mandatory ask for all of you, and try to think from the solution provider perspective. You need to provide the solutions. You are not here to get the solutions. Okay, to provide the solution. You are here to provide the solutions. Correct? Making sense? Is it fine with everyone?
Yes, Ashok.
So, hmm. So we are talking about uh, uh, Fine tuning piece, and we have covered it well. Now, moving further with the pre training piece. Okay, pre training, what I have mentioned over here as well. Pre training is nothing but we are collecting huge amount of data. Okay, it can be from the internet, Wikipedia, and other data sources. And what we will do, we will create go through with the we will like going through the training phase and all, and then we will be having the pre-trained model, or say foundation model, pre-training. Okay, so what is being happening over here inside the pre-training phase, it is going to provide us the base model, that is perfectly fine. Okay, we got the foundation model from the pre-training. So over here, uh, pre-training is nothing but we used to, you can say, uh, create the embeddings over here. What is the meaning of embedding? It means, say, whatever data we are having, we'll try to first uh, encode that particular data. Let me try to show you a diagram. uh, Polo Club. So over here, what we are able to see, we are like we have given a particular sentence, and it is going to predict the next sentence. Like if we have given a bunch of, you can say, words, and what will be the next word, so that is given by the transformer explainer over here. Say data visualization empower users to, and what can be the next next, you can say, word, what can be uh, the next word basically. So it might be, say, visualize, see, easily, quickly, explore, find. So there are the different probabilities uh, about the next word. Okay, so over here we are trying to predict, say, the next word. Say, what I can say, mm, big data is going to change. Okay, and I'm just looking for the next word over here. So say, going to, it might be, say, world, it might be, say, life. Okay, going to change the life. It might be big data is going to change world, life, universe, data processing. Okay, eh, like there are multiple things that can come if I'm going to mention, say, a big data is going to change and dash. Okay, and we can have multiple, you can say, words over here, those can uh, be placed over here. But what I'm trying to teach you at this moment, pre-training is nothing, the pre-training piece. So what we are going to perform at the pre-training phase is nothing but we are going to pass through all of these particular phases. Okay, so we will be going to, if, say, data visualization empower, and if I click over here. Okay, so over here embedding is being happening, positional embedding. So data is converted into tokens and all. Okay, and this is nothing but embedding. Once it is there, like it is given to the transformer block. Okay, so transformer block is going to pass from attention, say multi-head attention is there. After attention, it will be going to pass from the multi-layer perceptron, MLP is there. Okay, and it is nothing but say matrix multiplication and all. We will be going to learn these particular things. There will not be any doubt. Okay, and I will tell you like what are how these particular things are being happening, and how we will be able to get these particular this particular outcome. But let me try to stick on to the topic like pre-training. So pre-training is nothing but we are going to collect all the data, whatever is available. It might be in terms of terabytes, and we will go through with this pre-training phase. So pre-training phase, what it will do, it will convert this particular data into first embeddings and all. So those particular embeddings are having uh, are those particular embeddings will have certain weights, and that particular weight is changed from the transformer phase. Okay, we will see, no need to worry. Okay, so that particular the values are being, you can say, captured inside the pre-training, and we will be able to get you can take it in this particular way. So we will be able to, inside the pre-training phase, we will be able to get the outcome. Say, if I'm saying say bank, so bank is having different weights. Say bank of a river, bank of a river is say having weight uh, say 0.002, and then what I'm having, bank, say Bank of America, it is having say weight is how this particular weight is calculated, that we will see 1 5. And say bank, we are having another bank, say battery bank, and it is having say the weight 0 point uh, 2 0.004235. Okay, so what is the meaning of this, what I want to say over here now? Now we are having the weights of like uh, different weights of the same word. Same word is having the different weights. So you can take it in this particular way. uh, if you are asking, say I was going through the bank of a river. Okay, so if like we are having this particular sentence, and I was going through with the bank of a river, so which weight it need to pick, it need to pick this particular weight. Okay, it need to pick this particular weight. Now same word, different, you can say, weights is going to our same word, different weights is helpful to get the context of the to get the context. If you are able to recall, say if you are asking to chat GPT, like say write a letter for me, and the letter will be say I just want, I don't want to come into the office, I'm sick. Okay, so based upon the given question, okay, it is able to understand, it is able to make the relation among these particular words, and based upon those particular words, so it will be able to fetch the respective answer from this particular, you can say, trained data. Probably you are not able to get. Let me explain it once again. So over here, whatever data we are collecting from the internet, we are trying to capture the weights. Okay, trying to capture the weights, and what we will get, like say the bank of a river is having different weight. Bank of America is having different, bank over here is having different weight. So it will be the multi. It will be a multi-dimension data. Say you can take into this particular way. uh, uh, Say bank is a dimension basically. Okay, and once it is talking, say about, say, river and America, and say battery, and say fruit, or say apple or banana. Okay, now and let me mention it in this particular way. So it will frame a matrix, and let me do one. Okay, apple, it might be, say, minus 0.0012. Okay, it is in minus, it is having no relation. And say banana, it might be possible, it is also having no relation. Okay, so then we will be having, say, another dimension, say factory. Okay, another dimension, say country. Another dimension, say state. Okay, so we can have like the data will be given into the different dimensions, uh, represented into the different dimensions, and with respect to the dimension, a word can have the different meanings. So if like I'm going to say mention, I was going through with a bank of river. So what it will do, it will do the lookup. Say it will be having the information about I was going through the bank of a river. So all of the words will be going to do the lookup from this particular matrix, and it will fetch the values in this particular way. So over here, say once the embedding is done, so embedding is going to fetch the weight information. Let me try to show you. Mhm. So over here, if I'm talking about this, so data is converted into tokens into embeddings, so positional encoding, and then then just have a look over here. So data is having 0.63 weight, point 47 powers. Okay, it is able to get the weight, and get the weight from uh, for these particular tokens. Okay, these are nothing but tokens. Let me try to mention over here. So I was having these particular, you can say, this particular sentence, this will be, you can say, will look up from, this will be looked up from the stored, you can say, embeddings, and I will be able to get the weight of each and every word or token. Basically, if I'm able to get the weight of each and every token, so I will be able to generate the next word. I will be able to generate the new content if I'm able to understand the context. Is it clear with everyone? Or do you have any confusion? If it might be like what I'm at this moment, like probably you guys are having the confusion, like how this particular stuff is being happening. So we will go through with we will go through mathematically in order to generate these particular weights and all. Okay, there will not be any issue. uh, but what is being happening inside the pre-training, the complete data is being collected. It will be converted into tokens and all, and then those tokens are looked up from the stored data, and we will get the initial values. Then what we will do, we will tune these particular values with respect to the context what is mentioned over here. Okay, and we will pass through with the attention and MLP phase. Attention and MLP. Okay, attention is nothing but retaining the context, MLP, and MLP is nothing but multi-layer perceptron. Over here, neural networks are being utilized in order to process the data what we are having. So pre-training is a little bit, you can say, more tricky stuff. However, we will be going through this particular phase as well. We will be going to generate these particular matrices. Okay, say how we are able to get point minus 0.46. Okay, how we are getting 0.3 0.81 over here. So we will try to capture these particular things, and mathematically we will try to see like how the pre-training is being happening on top of our data. And then based upon that, like how the foundation model or LLM is being prepared. We will see. Pre-training is nothing but uh, preparing a foundation model, or if you are willing to create your own large language model, what are the different steps that you need to follow? That is all uh, about pre-training. Over here you are going to create your large language model. Your model is being created over here, and pre-training is the very first step, where you are going to collect all the data, do the embedding, and pass through the attention and MLP phase in order to get the foundation model. Just think for a minute and ask if you are having any doubt. Think for a minute. It might be like at this point of time you guys uh, might have a lot of doubt in your mind, because it is a little bit tricky, you can say, phase where things uh, can't be, you can say, digested, because this is new to you. But like slowly, once we are moving towards our journey, you will be able to digest these particular things. But if you are able to understand 50 to 60%, that will be fine. Still, if you are having any query, you can ask. Any confusion onto the pre-training piece?
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Ashok, just confirm one thing here, like regarding the pre-training. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so from the text to convert into the weightage and all stuff, and we can pick the words from the weightage. This
Mm-hmm.
is, this is. I'm just asking, like, this is inside the LLM, or it is a different new model regarding, like.
Basically, like what is being happening, if we are talking about the LLM piece, LLM, you can say creation, it is there inside the pre-training model creation, okay, or foundation model creation. This is there inside the foundation model. So what we will do over here, we will collect all all of the data onto the internet and then do the tokenization. Okay, and tokenization is done based upon the vocabulary. Okay, say if we are having vocab size and uh, say 24K or 48K,
Mhm.
so based upon that we are going to do uh, the tokenization and all, and we like it is based upon the word level, sub word level, and we are
Right.
having the tokens and all.
Mm.
Now once we are having the tokens and all, so the metrics that we are getting from the pre-training phase,
Mm.
pre-training phase will give you a particular embedding matrix and all. Okay,
Right.
so then that particular tokenization is going to look up from those particular values. Okay, now you are having, let me open the presentation if it is there. So once you are having the looked values, okay, and then what will you will do, you will then you will be getting the initial weights,
Mhm.
correct?
Mhm.
So from the embedding table, embedding matrix, you will get the initial weights. Now these particular initial weights are given to the attention mechanism, and then they will be tuned with respect to the context and all, with respect to the MLP phase and all. You get the
Right.
answer?
Yes. Right.
Let me show you. The mad generative AI. Mhm. Title. What is the title? Machine learning. It will be available over here. hmm Okay, so over here, what we are able to see, Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister of India. Okay, so we have done the tokenization,
Mhm.
and with respect to the tokenization, now over here, what we are able to get, say, uh, if we are having, say, 768 dimension. Okay, 768 dimension means say inside the LLMs we are having dimensions. Say 12288, 12288 is the dimension of GPT-3. GPT-3 is having this particular dimension. What it means, say the river will be having 12288 12288 values. So 12288 values are with respect to the different dimensions. Say once we are talking about the bank dimension, so this is the value. Once we are talking about the factory dimension, so the value might be this. Once we are talking about the dimension of country, okay, we are talking about the river value into the different dimension.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
so say this can be the value. Once it is say state dimension, so this can be the value. Okay, so once we are so once the lookup is done, so lookup is going to fetch the value from these particular dimensions. Say initially what we will get the value with respect to from a particular embedding matrices, and we get the initial values. Now say initial values for the river, uh, this is the initial value. But what we will do then, we will try to do the combination. Say I was going through the bank of river. Okay, so I will take all the tokens into consideration and try to generate the new content based upon this, so that new content generation will come, and the weights are tuned accordingly at that moment, so
Mm-hmm.
that will come inside the attention and multi-layer perceptron. So over here, if you are able to see, so I have mentioned the 5 dimension for each and every token. Say Na is having this particular these particular values,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Narendra Modi, okay, so Prime Minister. So we
Mm-hmm.
will be getting these particular values. No need to worry. Once we will be going through with the practical, you will be able to understand these particular things. So say colorful Indian festival, how it is able to predict Holi. So it will be passing through the attention and MLP layer. Okay, and retaining the context, what I have mentioned, colorful Indian festival, it is the attention piece. If you are able to see attention, and then Holi is coming from the knowledge base. So these
Right.
particular things, this is not a magic. It is a math. Simple math is there, and we will see like how mathematically these particular things uh, are coming up. So say over here gender is a dimension, gender and age is the dimension, and with respect to these, like we will be getting the values and all. So we will try to go through with the matrix multiplication, matrix generation and all, in order to understand the basics of pre-training. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
no need to worry about these particular aspects. What I have mentioned, if you are able to understand 50 to 60%, that is perfectly fine, because pre-training is something you are trying to create your own large language model. And say you have started your journey inside the generative AI, and on the very first day, if you are able to understand like how LLMs are being prepared, then being created, then the 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 task is over for you. Okay.
Right.
So so yeah, difficulty will be there, no need to worry, but I will slowly and steadily you will be able to get the process, like how these particular things are there, what is the meaning of these particular weights and all. Okay, what is the meaning of dimension and all. Okay, at this moment these particular things are new to you. Okay, but you will be able to understand these particular things. And if I talk about the pre-training in layman language, it is nothing but collecting the data from the internet. Okay, then process that particular data, and process that. After processing that particular data, you will be having uh, the processed information, and that processed information is nothing but a base model or large language model, which will be utilized, or foundation model basically, which will be utilized in order to answer your queries. This is in layman language, but how the things are happening mathematically, and how the attention piece is working over here, how the MLP piece is working over here, that we will discuss in detail in our upcoming sessions. Okay, so we have gone through with these particular roles over here, say prompt engineering, RAG, fine tuning, and pre-training. So our major focus onto the prompt engineering and RAG. We will be going through with the fine tuning and pre-training piece as well, but that is less required inside the market, and it is something like, say if you are moving towards the research and innovation, so those particular organizations are having focus onto the fine tuning and pre-training piece. We will be I will be going to provide you the knowledge about these particular aspects, but that is not mandatory and that is not required from the skill set perspective which is being asked inside the market at this point of time. Okay, so that's all from my side. If you are having any query, anything that you want to ask, please, stage is open for you all. Vikas, Vipin, Lakshmi, Daksh.
From my end, all okay.
Daksh, Vipin.
No, okay, sir. Like this pre-training, I need to go again. Like,
Yeah,
mm,
pre-training. It will come like once you will be able to understand the mathematics behind it. At
okay,
this
okay.
point, it might be bothering you. Okay,
Yeah, right, right.
but no need to worry. If you are able to understand the basic 50 to 60%, that is fine at this point of time. No need to worry about the stuff. I will take care about all of these particular things.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I think we can wrap up. Thank you.
Thank you, Ji.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much.